Hello, 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 and welcome to Wrestling with Entertainment, bringing you exclusive news, previewing the latest WWE, AEW, New Japan shows, and reviewing them afterwards. I am your host, James Nature Boy J. As always, with me, the enforcer, Kaliko Yachts.
Copyright infringement.
It's a new day. It's no longer a new day.
It's a bad day
No
for the
longer.
new day.
It's a boo day.
It's a boo day for the new day.
With blueberries.
Diamonds are forever, Scooter Dust.
Bang.
That's what she said.
And the Stalker, Mitch Mayhem.
Excuse me?
The Stalker.
He likes to shit on me. I'm not
Hey.
Barry Windham.
Thank God. I thought you were.
I don't have a mustache.
Yes, you do.
Oh yeah, I do. What am I talking about? Well, I'm gonna shave it tonight, so I'm getting in that mental mood already.
Shave the push off your lips.
And as always, you'll be watching us on YouTube and Castbox. If you like the show, please like, subscribe, comment. And today, we will be talking about Friday Night Smackdown on Fox, the first night of the Wednesday Night Wars. Mitch has some news for us from the New Japan show and the Hammerstein Ballroom. But first, we will be wrestling with Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor. Unfortunately, Ring of Honor hasn't been doing a lot of good stuff as of late. They kind of capsized at this point, so we're going to just briefly talk about them. Kaliko, you saw the show, so what did you think?
It was a good show considering what they had or what dealing with the hand that was dealt with them. To me, the more interesting thing was the most interesting thing about the show was the Marty Scurll thing, because we all know Marty Scurll is the big question mark of
Yeah.
will he stay or will he go? How are they going to treat him? How are they going to book him heading to try to convince him to stay or give him more incentive to leave? So I think that was more of what was on the mind of me, per se.
Right.
But other than that, the ROH title match too, because as much as Matt Taven has been an okay champ, the numbers just, everybody keeps saying draw as a champ, and I don't blame Matt Taven for this. I just blame more the company, because one guy can only do so much with what company's behind him. So to me, they changed the titles. We have a new champ, Rush. But we'll see where he goes, because he was hot like fire for a little while, and let's see where they build him up from there. But those were the two bigger things that I got out of it. I mean, you had a couple of things with Bully Ray and with the Briscoe and blah blah blah, but the Briscoes are ROH lifers. They ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
So those were the two bigger stories out of the night. And with Marty getting a win in this final battle thing, it's almost like, okay, maybe they're pulling the trigger. So, well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I will say that I have gone to Death Before Dishonor in previous years, and this year I did not go. Personally, like the reason you just said, I'm not going to drive 4.5 hours to see Matt fucking Taven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't drive 2 miles.
Scroll by.
What's his name? Joey Ryan's bar wrestling is like 2 miles from me, and I have never
What?
gone.
What's his name? That's because
I
you
would
hate the
I would
man.
love to go to that because
You
hate
that
him.
sounds dope. Like
It's very easily accessible. It's it's really cheap. It's just really crammed though. It's there's not much space.
So back to what I was
that's got to
saying.
be on the bucket list.
That sounds like Joey Ryan though, right? Crammed with not a lot of space.
It won't be one of these shows without something about Joey Ryan.
Dick joke number 1.
So yeah, Russ winning the championship is great. I think that's maybe gives them a little bit momentum going forward. Shane Taylor looks like a star at this point. They could really push him.
Shane Taylor's looked like a star
But
in my
with
opinion
Shane,
for
it's
2 years
like
now. I like
we
Shane.
don't.
He's just a little too skinny. But go ahead, sorry.
Shane
No. The
Taylor's
only
too
thing with
skinny?
Shane is he went publicly saying that he was gonna leave.
Everyone does that. That's a
well,
wrestler.
no.
Bro, we call
we
that a
get it.
wrestler's
We
fifth
get it.
day,
We
man.
get it. But my thing is with even if people just because we would know it's a work, that doesn't mean that everyone knows that's a work. You see what I'm saying?
Or people always say, "Oh, I'm gonna quit," and then next day they're in a different mood. It's that's wrestling.
Right. The Briscoes are one of the top 3 tag teams in the world right now.
Have been for quite a while.
Yeah, and they don't really have anybody to wrestle at this point.
I'm honestly shocked. I'm shocked they haven't got to WWE. Like, I'm sure they could get the money.
I don't think it's about the money with those guys. Honestly.
It'd be hard to. Yeah, it'd be hard to tell that though. They sure is. I'm not one to say this, but they sure as hell need some dental work.
I mean, their chicken farm is doing really well, as what I've heard.
I mean, it adds to their appeal, though.
I don't have millions of dollars like they do.
They don't want to go see Uncle Jerry.
So yeah,
he's holding whores in the basement again.
Watching the Briscoes fight Lifeblood, who's anemic at this point, really didn't do anything for me. It's really interesting to see what they're doing with Marty Scurll and PCO. PCO had a great match on that card.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah,
I would like to see PCO and AEW because he doesn't have too much long left, and that's a good story. That's one hell of a story.
Honestly, PCO could go anywhere and be over as of right now.
But if you're PCO, getting on TV at the last chance you can to stick it to WWE, that's just a great story. In his 50s, becoming something completely different, throwing that Quebecer thing in the behind, I don't think he'll give up creative control. He has a whole YouTube channel that he devotes to that character. I really don't. I think at this point, yeah, I've been following it. He even has a manager that's like French, Canadian, and demonic or something. It's really hard to explain. You know what I'm talking about, Scooter. But yeah, I don't think what you said earlier with the Briscoes, I think he doesn't care about money. He's at the point where he doesn't have to care about money. It's about creative control and artistic ability to him, in my opinion.
I think they don't really want to deal with politics and all that bullshit. I think they just genuinely enjoy wrestling and fighting. I don't think they'll.
But PCO isn't. PCO's not
really
politics. Well. But what do you mean by that? In reference to what?
WWE, AEW. There's a lot of that goes into that. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course. But yeah, more than politics itself. Oh yeah.
And most importantly, the Briscoes stay primarily on the East Coast with
Delaware, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, so it's easy either drives or maybe a quick plane ride at that point.
True.
Yeah, I knew a couple of guys that actually took a couple of road trips with the Briscoes, and they are absolutely by far, not to say anything against their character, but they are absolute slobs.
Oh man, I can't
say they're not about that life.
I kind of
they're living the gimmick.
Isn't it hard to not pick that up, Scooter? Like it's kind of obvious. I mean, for people that have friends behind the scenes that like us, that have wrestled before, that have seen things people on TV don't necessarily see. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
I've heard a lot. I've heard a lot of that too. That's what I mean.
I've actually met Mark Briscoe, and he's like the nicest guy you'll ever meet.
Okay, that's the thing.
Oh.
They're
nice,
fucking
they're
amazing.
nice.
Great.
Yeah,
they're cool as hell.
What I've heard is they're amazingly cool. They're just a little crazy at times, and B, like they smell and are slobby. That's what I've heard.
He knocked his own brother's teeth out.
That's what I've heard. I'm just telling. But
wait a minute.
I hear that's what I hear from fans. It's what I hear from.
I met him
people.
at. No. Go for it.
No, I'm good. I'm done.
Go for it. No, go for it.
Go for what? I don't have anything to say.
Looks like they need some time at the Briscoe Brothers body shop.
I'm not, and they're not even related. That's the funny part. I thought they were related to one of the Briscoes early on, like in the.
Oh yeah.
I really did.
They are different colors.
Shut up. No, they kind of look like them. Like a hillbilly broke down, got punched by all the limbs on the tree. Yeah, it looks like a.
They're not Briscoe. A different color. They just need to wash.
They just look like it looks like Trump bleach.
God, yeah. When they ask, when they fill out a form and they ask for skin color, they ask, "Where's the checkbox for dirt?"
Oh, I gotta plug my battery in. Hold on.
That's absolutely terrible. I should apologize for that.
Yeah, I got my computer's about to go down battery-wise, or I would have responded to that properly. But yeah, and real quick, what I said, I just heard that from I was replying to what Scooter said, adding on what I have heard, that they're amazing. They are really, really nice and cool people. They just, like Scooter said, slobby and a little wild. I'll put it that way. They can be wild. Let's put it that way. That's what I've heard, but I've never met them, never talked to them, so I don't personally know.
Okay. All right. We'll be covering Ring of Honor when they become a little bit more relevant in the news at this point. We'll definitely be covering Final Battle in December. All right. So we are now. We'll wait. Mitch actually had some news if he's ready to go with that.
Yeah, all right.
We are wrestling with the Mayhem Report.
Yes, welcome to the one news story on the Mayhem Report this week.
The Minute of Mayhem.
There you go, the Minute of Mayhem. Brought to you by Wrestling with Entertainment. All right, so basically, it's one story, one issue. Over the last weekend, on the Saturday, they had a show in New Japan. Or a New Japan show in New York, I mean.
That was Fighting Spirit Evolved at the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Yeah, correct.
Just to put context in that.
Right. And I was getting there. But, so anyway, it's okay. So they arrive, everything is going well. And I have sources backstage, and what happened was when they got there...
Was it the janitor of the Hammerstein Ballroom?
Yeah. What was that janitor's the janitor's name of that Cedric Alexander gimmick? Yeah, that's him. I forget the name.
His name was F. Kruger?
Yeah, I don't know. It was something different than that, I think. But I get where you're going, jokey. Ha. Okay, Scooter. But anyways, I'll continue. So yeah, so they got to Hammerstein Ballroom, and everything was going normal. Then, out of nowhere, they realized they didn't have an ambulance. Mm-hmm. Apparently, the night before, someone that knew the venue, that had dealt with that company before, called and canceled the show's, we call it, for them to arrive the next day, and did not check it whatsoever with New Japan Pro Wrestling to make sure it was real. So when the show started, Vice President Rocky Romero had to go out there for 90 minutes, giving shirts and basically, saying whatever he could to the fans to keep them there seated for 90 minutes until they were able to get another ambulance there to start the show. And I have reports that they do believe Vince McMahon sabotaged them because it would have to take someone from inside that understands all the complexities that are involved in that. And he is that childish.
Okay.
So,
I'm going to rebut this.
Okay.
Okay.
But
all right. New York City, that's my neck of the woods. That's my territory. The New York State Athletic Commission will not let a show run unless there is an ambulance.
Right.
They cannot ring the bell to start the event. Hold on.
How's that rebutting what I said?
Hold on. Now, it wasn't that the ambulance was canceled. Somebody called the ambulance service and told them that the show was canceled.
That's what okay. We're getting language mixed up. Okay.
Now,
yes. Tomato, but yeah. Okay.
Now, the belief originally was that the ambulance was stuck in traffic. Okay, they called them, but they called them up.
Believe everything.
Hold on, let me finish. I thought.
Go ahead.
God, you're like a wife. Belief originally was that the ambulance was stuck in traffic, but when they called, they said, "Oh, somebody from your company called and said the show was canceled." So somebody would have to actually deal with the intricacies of the commission and that specific company because they did get an FDNY ambulance to come to the show. However, that show could have resulted in a lot of fines and violations because an FDNY ambulance that just randomly shows up is not the same as a mandated New York State Athletic Commission ambulance. It doesn't matter if there are EMTs from that FDNY truck, they're not there. But
like rent-a-cops.
And of course, once this happened, everybody jumped on the conspiracy theory bandwagon. And if you really think Vince McMahon took the time,
I don't think it was Vince. I think it was someone.
If you think, considering
when I say Vince McMahon, I say WWE. I mean WWE.
I mean, considering this week, with everything that was going on,
including the XFL.
Do I? Okay, wait. Yes. The Chris Amon, all of the shit in the past. Are you serious? They are so petty. Yes. Yeah, especially when New Japan was the AEW to them that, like in 2017, 2018, that they had to worry about running in Madison Square Garden with ROH. So maybe they thought, with all these other companies coming up, we got to cut some at the legs while we can. I wouldn't throw it past them. And wait, hold on. I have a legitimate word that people do believe that it came from someone high up that understands that stuff. Yeah, this is the down and dirty political world of wrestling. Yes, but they are gonna get like that.
You gotta understand, one, the person who sabotaged would have had. Hold on. Can I finish a damn thought?
You're putting my words in the wrong context.
Would you let me finish my thought?
Whatever. Yeah, you cut in on me and then you tell me to let you finish your thought. Well, okay, go ahead though.
Play nice, ladies. Play nice.
Somebody, whoever sabotaged, I use air quotes, had to know the Manhattan Center, the ambulance company, regardless of whether it was a wrestling event, concert, kickboxing, no matter the type of event being held at the venue.
I don't know why that must be your own argument to everyone else because you know where I stand. I just told you what I've heard. So you're basically calling my friends liars.
No. I'm not saying that this was sabotage.
I'm not okay. Real quick.
I'm just saying it wasn't the WWE.
Okay, hold on.
I have a conspiracy theory.
Wait, hold on. It's rumor and innuendo that there could be foul play at work. We have no idea. How about that? I gotta watch my words around you, obviously, Scooter.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I have a conspiracy theory that maybe. Honestly, I don't believe WWE did that. But Rocky Romero, you just said is the VP. He's trying to get that comfy office job that is currently seated by Gato. So, do you think that maybe Gato kind of corrupted the show? So he could say Rocky didn't do a good job doing the show. I needed to do the show.
You do know they don't really hate each other, right?
The answer is Rikishi did it for The Rock.
There you
go. Brilliant
save, Scooter.
Brilliant way to end it.
Yeah. And that will end our stat segment. Thank you for the minute of mayhem.
Hell, you might as well thank Scooter. He took over, so.
Yeah.
No. I felt.
I'm screwing with you.
I felt the dialogue needed to be had.
You're right. I misworded it, and I apologize. But yeah, you get what I'm saying, and yeah, he straightened it out for us. So.
All right. So now we are wrestling with the Wednesday Night Wars, night 1 or week 1. Who watched what first? Kaliko, did you watch AEW or NXT first?
I was in the weird position that I had school, so. But what's funny is that I was able. Here's the funny thing. This is the funny thing. You're gonna
thank God for DVDs.
So I had a DVR, but I also go to class. My class starts at 7 or whatever, right? So I'm going to the bar on campus because we happen to have a bar, and on TV I look at this AEW on one screen. So I was able to talk them into putting on USA on the other TV. So that way I could watch both and have my beer and get ready for class. So I was able to watch both at the same damn time.
You laugh, but I did that as a kid for WCW and WWE. So.
Yeah, but it was just funny because usually when it comes to universities, especially San Diego State, you would think it'd be football, baseball, because they had a baseball game on, but they also had wrestling on one, so I was able to talk them into the wrestling on the other.
It's getting a lot more popular than you'd realize, yeah.
So, granted, I was the only dude in there watching the wrestling part, but yeah, it's not but because most people
I have to do a wrestling podcast, damn it.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I'm going to work, damn it, I'm doing my job. But yeah, I was able to watch both, and unfortunately with no volume, so I had to watch it with volume when I got.
I hate that.
But I watched both at the same time.
What about you, Mitch?
Bars.
What did you watch first?
Okay. So I think you guys can pretty much predict this.
AEW.
Yeah, I watched AEW live, and then a little bit, and then the next morning I watched NXT. So yeah, that's the lineup I went with.
And you, Scooter?
Well, as you know, this was the big week for the remix. The remix returned in full. We came out guns blazing, and came up with the concept of the remix Double Down. Every week is going to be different. This week, it was all about AEW.
Nice.
From start to finish. An absolutely impressive show, and quite honestly, I'm glad I watched. I'm glad I chose AEW that night.
Real quick, if I may, Scooter. The peak for me was, not the peak. There were two. The end was great, but the beginning really got everyone going. I was on my feet clapping at that Sammy Guevara Cody Rhodes match. That was amazing.
See, that's the thing.
That was great atmosphere.
I
haven't seen that in 20 years.
To me, I was more into the Adam Cole Matt Riddle match.
But I'm talking about the atmosphere. It was spine chilling. It was just everything included.
I get it.
A movement.
I get that, but to me, I was expecting that. It's this. I expected that.
But people were trying to shit on them, and there's a movement that really is. It's getting bigger than people even realize.
No one's shitting on it. I'm saying I expected that being the first. Everything when it's the first and it's brand new,
right?
You're gonna be like the little fucking kid on Christmas, like, oh my god, I can't wait to open the toy. So I get it.
Real quick,
a baby.
Right, real quick. I say shit about if I say something wrong about WWE, I gotta tell everyone about the glaring holes in AEW's product. What in the hell is going on with the story holes? Like the referees the reasonable like the whole what do you call it? Logic holes, where the refs come out they break up certain people, but they don't break up Cody and early on they didn't come out for that. There's just logic holes. It didn't make any sense throughout the show. There were some logic holes like that.
We will be covering the winners first. We will be wrestling with AEW Dynamite on TNT.
Dynamite!
Which
I thought we were already in that topic.
Yeah, but no, I have to do the segue. I have to get my gimmicks in. Damn it.
Hot dog. Wieners.
Any thoughts on what I said though about how there seemed to be logic holes in terms of like when the referees would separate certain people but not come out for others?
Oh yeah, like even on Smackdown, like when lumberjacks come in the ring, that's disqualification. So,
but I'm talking about specifically AEW. I'm talking about
it goes hand in hand.
I'm talking about that show. Like it stuck out.
You gotta suspend your disbelief.
Yeah.
It's hard to when they put such and I'm not the only one saying this. A lot of people are. When you put such a definitive role on storytelling and getting small things right, and then you have holes like that, it shows.
You're right.
Granted, they had 10 months to get ready for this show. So
but okay, here's my point. But I'm being an equal opportunity. If I see a glaring hole in WWE, I gotta, explain the glaring holes I see in AEW, and that's one.
Now, wait. Which specific instance are you talking about, Mitch?
Okay, I'm pretty. I think it's in the beginning, like when they didn't come out to stop Cody.
When Jericho went after Cody.
Yes.
I will explain this in two. In three terms. In three terms. Hold on. I will explain it.
I get where you're going, but go ahead.
Double X chromosomes. The referee was Aubrey Edwards.
Okay.
It was a female.
Okay.
But then she came out and held back.
Oh, but no, that's not what I'm talking. But okay, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is all of the other referees that came out and stopped all these others. Why didn't they come out and stop them? That's what I'm saying. They could have ran out. Dean Malenko, all those people that came out to...
And John Moxley is John Moxley.
But if there is... Okay, what I'm saying is, not for me, not for Scooter, not for other veterans. I'm talking about for the newcomers. That it stuck out to them. That's the one thing I heard from people that were just watching wrestling for the first time with AEW. They were like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Because they're used to Netflix. They're used to storytelling. So you've got to make sense, especially if you're going to put such a definitive role and importance in that. If you do that, then those small little holes are going to stick out, especially to the casual fan.
True. But tell them to get used to it, shorty, because it's not changing anything.
I agree. I'm being devil's advocate. I'm being devil's advocate.
Yeah, tell them to get on that wagon, boy, because that's gonna be all across the board.
Devil's advocate with Keanu Reeves.
AEW won the first week with a 1.6 on the ratings list, which is pretty adequate considering that they're brand new and they were going up against competition. And they started off the show with their new video package, which was actually pretty cool. And Excalibur, Tony Schiavone, and Jim Ross introduced us to the show.
And that is an amazing announce team. They got it right.
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone. Oh, that is the nostalgia fix. That in my opinion, Tony Schiavone is more important than Jim Ross to that show.
And I haven't heard Tony Schiavone commentate live, so this was interesting for me.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
when I
Oh
actually
my
remember
God, I grew up
starting
on
watching
Tony
wrestling, WCW was dead in the ground.
Yeah,
So-
I get
You
what you're saying.
youngins.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you youngins.
No,
Yeah.
I've heard them. Shit, I'm old as hell.
Well, you guys watched WCW when it was live. I
Right.
haven't.
Right. I get what you're saying.
So it was definitely Tony Schiavone brought a new life, and he got Jim Ross going as well.
Poor JR, he was trying, but
Yeah,
there's the rust is still very apparent.
like it's like
He's not
JR
the same.
Yeah, it's like JR would rather be anywhere else.
Excuse me.
So
Yeah, he's not the same.
the first match out was Cody Rhodes with Brandy defeated Sammy Guevara.
Great
They started this with a video package. Sammy apparently jumped ropes on rooftops. Scooter, when's the last time you jumped rope on a rooftop?
About 1 week ago, when you just missed me leaving your house after being in bed with your wife. Oh wait, no. No.
Hey, James. You think him jumping on a roof with jump rope is the weirdest thing about him? He walks out with a panda head on.
Jumped off the building about a week ago.
Yeah. I made specific note of this on the remix. Like, okay, he's got a panda on his head.
Peter, where are you?
Yeah, you better call Peter.
Is he like the panda warrior? Is
They
he
bitch at everything else. Where are they now? No.
Yeah.
is he wrestling harassment? Panda.
I have a dog, so yeah, I'm joking. But yeah.
Okay.
So,
you know those PETA people, they're crazy. If you don't get on and go nuts.
Oh no, I'm one of those PETA people.
Exactly. There we go.
So,
I rest my case.
This was the first match ever on TV. Not actually a bad match. It went around 10 minutes and was a pretty decent opener considering how the show went.
Decent?
Decent, yeah. It was excellent.
Kidding me?
That's a decent Kickstarter, yeah.
Man, it must take a this is gonna get sexual. It must take a lot to get you going, bro. If that doesn't do it for you, I don't know what does.
Well,
it's because it wasn't you got Cody who's relatively who's known, but
okay,
and
so
Sammy to the casual fan, it would be like, okay, that was decent.
Sammy Guevara became a star in that match. Everyone was like, "Who is this kid?"
I didn't say what I started with. I actually watched NXT first because I taped that at 5 o'clock. And then
you like to go against the trends, do you? Don't you?
Well, no, I get that earlier, so I can tape AEW while I watch NXT and then have fast forward for AEW.
I'm fucking with you.
It's a legitimate strategy.
I got you.
So considering that this went up against Adam Cole and
Matt Riddle.
Matt Riddle. And that's my shit. I love Matt Riddle.
A match. It kind of fell short compared to that.
No. Wait, if someone's gonna do it properly, let the dude do it. Bro.
Exactly. And he delivered. Both of those guys delivered an excellent opener. Well, AEW, yeah, they had their opening. They talked about what was going to be on the show. I didn't feel like Cody and Sammy needed an opening package to explain the match. I kind of felt like they just needed to go out there and kick each other's asses.
Okay. Real quick.
So you wanted to skip the foreplay. And get right into the loving.
Get right to it, baby.
Well, no,
Oh yeah, they went straight out the gate. It wasn't even close.
No, but real quick though, this was this was thought out by Cody and everyone backstage in terms of like the packages. They're for people who haven't seen these wrestlers before or haven't seen AEW. They need an introduction, and the personal story is very, very important, especially in the beginning. You got to get them invested. So I think it was a home run. It was a very good call by AEW.
Well, you don't think that the announcers could have maybe
not the way that those do. No. But real quick, the Mick Foley Jim Ross thing that got Mick Foley over with everyone. I'm telling you, things like that, the interpersonal relationship through the TV with a person that you have when you see what their story is. It's very deep.
What is one of AEW's founding principles? To put the fans first and truly give the fans what they want. And the fans might not know what they want, but what they actually want is to know, who's coming to the ring, who they're about to see.
And
they don't want someone to just, okay, here he is, he's making his debut. No, they want a little
extra.
build up, a little build up. This is why the difference between a superstar who gets built up and debuts.
I totally agree.
Versus against someone who just shows up to start wrestling.
And real quick, another thing that really stood out to me, and I'm sure it did everyone else, and it was glaring in the Jack Evans Helico thing where they came out with Kevin Smith, that whole spot when they went to the record. They said, they defined them about their record. They said, well, you haven't won a match here yet. So nobody knows. They don't know anything about them. They know that they're on a losing streak. You see what? That's the most important thing, and I love that.
To honoring the wins and losses.
Right.
That's what AEW is doing. That's what
Cody only got matter. Because of the wins, right?
Yeah, and those are gonna matter. If Cody had lost, somebody else would have.
Neville.
Well, he may have gotten his shot at Full Gear still, but somebody would have been in line before him to get a shot at Jericho.
If it's not, real quick, if it's not Cody or after Cody, I'll tell you right now who I A, want to see him go against, and B, think he's going to go against. Neville.
His name's Pac, damn it.
Yeah, Neville, Pac, whatever. Yeah, come on. Ty Dillinger, Sean Spears,
It's the gimmick names now.
Yeah, but I call it, it's wrestling amnesia. Everyone's got a few names. Yeah.
A pretty aggressive cat and a super tough dude.
After the match, Sammy offered to shake Cody Rhodes' hand,
Kick City. That's
to get attacked by Chris Jericho, and I thought that was fantastic.
But you're leaving stuff out. Yeah.
Point of order. He's not Cody Rhodes at AEW.
Cody.
Just Cody.
Then no, the American Nightmare Cody.
The American Nightmare Cody, yes.
Okay, well, it's adding. It's just an add-on. He's still Rhodes.
Here's the thing, though. He has the rights to that name again. He just doesn't want to use it.
Okay.
Yeah, I admire that.
He's honoring his father by not using it.
Right, by building his own legacy. Right.
After the attack from Chris Jericho, we go to MJF defeating Brandon Cutler via submission.
But
I don't want to go ahead.
Great to see MJF. Obviously he's going to be a top heel in the company, so obviously get him some exposure. But this was definitely a miss.
No one knew if this was a botch or an injury at first.
Yeah. I always love to see my Jewish friend in the ring.
Brandon. I feel bad. Brandon Cutler. He's a great guy, but he's not that was bad. That was just a bad showing. And before he botched, that was just.
The show kind of had some peaks and valleys if you think about it, because
of course, every wrestling show does. But yeah.
Yeah, but this was we haven't seen Brian Cutler on anything
Brandon.
right now.
Brandon. I said Brandon, yeah.
What did I say?
Brian.
No, I said Brendan. I misspoke.
Okay, it's your pronunciation.
Brendan.
Whatever.
I have
Tomato,
friends
tomato.
named Brendan, damn it.
Scooter. Scooter's anal. Don't worry.
Thank you. You have a dog named Brendan.
Scooter is super anal about everything, so it's cool.
So,
Except anal.
Good call.
So yeah, this match definitely killed the crowd afterwards.
Killing the business.
I wouldn't say it killed the crowd.
No, yeah, I was gonna say. I didn't even.
But
when he said that.
I would say that it.
No, it didn't kill the crowd.
I would say that it opened up the eyes of wrestling fans, to show that AEW is not necessarily right out of the gate this invincible juggernaut that is gonna be able to compete on the same level.
Oh yeah, right. That's why they're competing with NXT. So
yeah.
And real quick, I mentioned Brandon Cutler. Another big botch, loser of the night, in my opinion, Nyla Rose. Ugh, yucky.
Well,
that was bad. That was so bad.
Stop jumping ahead.
I'm sorry, but it was bad.
Chris Van Vliet. Don't know who that
Chris
guy
Van Vliet.
is.
Chris Van Vliet. I know him. I know who he is.
Van
Vliet.
I do not know him. I know who he is.
Yeah. Interviewed Kevin Smith and Jason from
Jason Mewes. Snoochie Boochies!
That's Jay and Silent Bob, dude.
I was just gonna say Silent Bob and Jay and Silent Bob.
Jay and Silent Bob.
Silent Bob needs a sandwich.
He looks like me. I know.
God, yeah, he does. He look more like crackheadish than he usually does.
Well, thank you, Kaliko.
Well, he's had some medical issues in the last couple of years.
I just said he looks like me, and Kaliko goes, "Yeah, he looks like a crackhead."
He looks more like crackhead.
No, we're not implying anything, Mitch.
I'm joking. It was a joke. Now move on.
More like crackhead Bob than Silent Bob.
Not for you, man.
That's
I know that was a bad
Silent
one.
Bob would be Toker Bob, smoking and Bob.
Jay and Silent Bob will be the biggest celebrities you will hear about this week. They were talking about their new movie.
That was a proper fit for your celebrities. Real quick, sorry, but I just had to say that.
Evans.
That's how you do celebrities.
And Angelico came out.
Angelico. Yeah, Angelico.
What did I say?
No, Angelico.
Angelico.
Like, why? Angelico.
It's either Yellico or Helico. No,
yeah, H-R-Y. Yeah.
You know what? Fuck you guys.
It's Spanish.
They came
Donde eres tú?
They came out
to
puta.
Muy bien. Okay, go
It's about the enunciation, damn it.
Damn it.
You know what? When I want to say that guy's name, I will throw it to one of you guys because I just don't want to hear that shit.
Good. Well, we will be prompt on that point. You trust me.
These guys came and interrupted Kevin Smith and Jack.
Jack Evans.
Yeah, and they had an argument, and Kevin Smith was
underrated wrestlers ever. But go ahead.
You haven't won a match here, which prompted Private Party to come out and give drinks to Kevin Smith and.
What makes
I like the celebrity thing, but the Private Party coming out was stupid to me. Like that, they should have started fighting. I didn't understand that.
Well, I mean, it gave them exposure.
Yeah, but I mean, the last time Party saw Jack Evans and Angelico, they nailed him from behind. Why don't you get some revenge? You don't just look at him and go, yeah, while you're like shaking hands with celebrities. What the hell?
Because they're just that cool of guys.
Or the story just has that, or the show just has that many story holes. That's all.
Alright, after that, we went to a video package of SCU in front of the White House.
Oh
doing
my
the
God, that was
bit.
Oh man.
such a good Obama impression by Scorpio Sky.
Oh, let me tell you something.
You don't even try, Scooter. Don't even try. It
Like-
can't be topped.
That was really good, but then we went to
them
a
live in the
a
studio.
live segment.
Live in the
Which
arena.
that's the thing that didn't make sense to me.
That was a little funny.
I do have to say that
Throwback to WC. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
that Frankie Kazarian is still mad at me for motorboating his wife.
Oh shit.
Yeah. He's still pissed at me over that. But
I
to
didn't know
tell you
about
the truth, she was the one who made me
Don't you dare.
She grabbed my head and rubbed it.
I'm out of this shit. I am out of this.
Send your hate tweets to Scooter Dust. You hear that, Frankie Kazarian?
I was young. It was my first night in the business. You know, in front of a crowd. I'm introducing Tracy Brooks, and the guys thought it'd be fun to just tell her to just get in front of him and just start jumping up and down and bouncing around. And then and then they said, "Oh, give him a hug," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, this is nice." And then he goes, "Stuff his face in your tits."
Okay then.
Yeah.
Now, then Pentagon Jr. and Ray Phoenix came out to interrupt SCU, which kind of didn't make sense because they're not fighting them in the bracket yet in the tag team tournament. But, have to get one of your main tag teams on the show, right?
Potential feud building, it's wrestling, it's booking 101.
Yep. After that, Chris Jericho was chatting with Ortiz and Santana backstage. And then that goes to our next match. Pac defeated Hangman Page via submission. Alright, you want to defend this match?
Sorry, I was in the other room. Go ahead.
Technically, that was not submission.
Go ahead and repeat that. I'm sorry.
Pac defeated Hangman Page via submission. Do you want to defend that?
That was Ring of Saturn, number 1, called the Red Arrow now, and number 2, technically Scooter's, right? It wasn't a submission.
First of all, no, it's not the Red Arrow. Second of all, the corkscrew shooting star press plancha, that's the Black Arrow. The Rings of Saturn.
That's right.
Is now the Brutalizer.
Okay, whatever. Okay, so yeah, but he is right on the fact that
it was referee stoppage.
He passed out.
Yeah,
still a submission.
No, if you pass out, you can't submit. What?
Yeah, submitting is tapping out.
That was done obviously on purpose. Like they knew that was coming. Pac couldn't lose, and they didn't want to shit on Hangman anymore, so have him pass out.
Well, it's still an L in his column.
Yeah. They needed a superstar match for the first show, and it was on short. I from what I learned for the last month, it was made in the last month or month and a half, and it was made pretty quick. So they just had to put a really good match on to get publicity. So.
Yeah, and honestly, it was a good match. It was
I was looking forward to it.
Yeah, people that have been following AEW were going to look forward to that match.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Alright, next match. Riho defeated Nyla Rose to become the inaugural AEW Women's Champion.
Oh my god.
Supporting the Y chromosome.
I can't. I don't know what to, I mean, okay, yeah, there are good skinny wrestlers. I was one of them, but it's not realistic. A cold breeze can knock her out.
She's 98 pounds wet.
I know. I'm a heavy dude.
And James,
wow.
Did you say the Y chromosome?
Yeah.
Because Nyla Rose is,
okay.
Okay.
Dude, oh.
Yeah.
Send your hate tweets.
She's coming at you next, my friend. You hear what she did on Twitter?
Oh,
Yeah. You know what?
She
Just
gets mad. I wouldn't cross her bad side, not one
Oh,
day.
man.
I'm a friend, Nyla.
I'm not scared of you,
Yeah.
Nyla, if you're listening.
This match.
Hey,
I'm
we'll tell
just gonna say.
you where he lives.
You don't know where I live.
We'll find out.
I must say this match to me fell flat. Maybe because to me I thought this was a spot Britt Baker should have been in.
As flat as Rio?
Yeah, Rio's about like she's like stickly right now. But
Oh man. No, there's a lot of Japanese girls are like that.
P.O. Box 963.
New York City, New York
New York
State,
State,
10108.
Yeah!
But yeah, no, but even then, the biggest question is where do you go from there, right? Like
to Tokyo. No, I don't know.
But what is she, Tokyo Driftwood? Oh man. But I have to say, I don't think I've seen a match that's made me I don't think I've ever seen a match that's made me cringe so much.
Yeah.
But at the same time, actually get me to mark out.
But you know what? They, in my opinion, like with all that on that women's roster, they, in my opinion, picked the worst matchup.
Well,
True.
they got to build up. But I was praying.
Naya's not there yet. Neither is Rio.
I was praying that Nyla Rose would lose. And do you want to know why?
I kind of was too, but go ahead. Why?
So I could deliver this line.
Oh, here we go.
Her name is Rio, and she dances on the sand. And she is now your AEW Women's World Champion.
Dances on the what?
The Duran Duran song.
That went
Rio.
over your head. That went over. He's too young for that reference.
Yeah, but
I'm just trying to figure out why that belt is hella small too.
That was a spoiler.
Yeah, I thank you. I was trying to tell everyone when they're like, "Why is it so dainty?" I was like, "Why do you think the champion's waist? Maybe they have to tailor it around whoever's gonna wear it. For God's sakes."
I was discussing this on the remix with.
That was the biggest spoiler in the world. Yeah.
with my OG remixologist Christian Malley in Germany, who stays up.
I remember.
Till God knows when to be online. And we both were saying, God, that belt is like tiny. That's like AWA small.
No, it was even tinier than that.
Like if you,
it was
like that's gotta be a spoiler,
bro. Yeah, I knew right away when I saw it. It was obvious. I would have made a one-size-fit-all title and would have just told Rio to put it on your shoulder.
But then she'd be like stuck like to the ground.
But you know what? No spoilers in my shit, bro. I don't care. We get a what do you call it? We get a ant walker out.
So honestly, I enjoyed the match.
She'd go out by ant back.
This was actually the first match that I actually got invested in because I wanted Riho to win the belt as well.
Why?
Because Nyla Rose isn't there yet.
Okay, thank God.
What did he say? I didn't hear you blocked it.
Okay.
What did he say? What did you say, James?
She's not there yet. And
I agree.
When you're in your hometown and your hometown is rooting against you, because that crowd was hot for Rio.
I felt bad for her. You gotta dude. She was like, you gotta think that was like she was looking forward to that forever, and then she goes there and gets booed.
Yeah, even the crowd was against her. So it goes to show you that Riho was ready and she wasn't.
It also could be a social thing.
And that was what I'm going to get next.
I mean,
you can't always. Yeah.
Her girlfriend is Kenny Omega, and
Whoa, bro.
Damn.
You are crossing a line. I think you're crossing a line.
Dude,
I
It's
think you're
a
crossing.
joke.
James,
It's a
I would tread.
joke.
I would tread lightly on
yeah,
that.
seriously. There are lines even I won't cross, man.
It's a joke. Come on. And Kenny is looking out for his friend, and in that, he's actually promoting a really good wrestler as well. Huh. Which, out of the four guys, the Young Bucks, Cody, and Kenny is the only guy really that's promoting young talent that deserves it really well without involving himself in a rivalry. You kind of understand what I mean?
But AEW, it's all about It's all about nepotism. The Young Bucks doing their thing. Cody and his brother. Come on now, they're all doing it. So why are you gonna cold shoulder Kenny and put him in the corner and say he can't?
Exactly.
That's not fair. It doesn't work that way. They're all working together. They all have distinct styles, like 3 different styles they have to try to mold together every Wednesday now. So, yeah, I don't think it, the way you put it, I don't think that's fair to put it like that. But.
Well, no. Cody, obviously, he's been promoting guys. Obviously, Sammy,
MJF, he's helped put MJF on the fucking map.
Darby Allin.
To a lesser extent. Not like MJ. He's really helped MJF.
And there was one more other guy he had a match with.
Well, he just gave MJF the stage, really. MJF was already there. He already is the shit. He just gave him the big stage.
Yeah. And, but that all involved Cody. Kenny is promoting Riho without actually getting physically involved.
Well, but he was involved storyline-wise.
Yeah, he wasn't involved storyline-wise.
Yeah, he was. He came out there after... What are you talking about?
Yeah, but that was what I was getting
That's storyline! Anything on TV is storyline.
But up to this point, he wasn't involved with what she was doing. He was just, promoting her backstage.
Yeah, and that's part of building the story, because the story, before that, as they were unveiling Rio and more of Nyla's story, with Rio especially, well, both of them, they were going in on how close they were with Kenny, especially Rio. And so you got to build that story before you present Kenny there. Otherwise, people are going to be scratching their heads saying, why the hell is he out there?
So, Riho wins the championship, and Michael Nakazawa, for some apparent reason, came out to interview her.
I thought he was going to stick his panties in her mouth.
Yeah, and Rose attacked both of them and powerbombed Nakazawa.
I can't.
What, Cleco? What? Where'd
Y'all
that come
off
from?
the chain. Y'all off the chain.
Yeah.
What? That's what he does.
Riho,
We don't know these guys.
What? I'm not saying anything wrong.
Nyla
Okay,
Rose
get weird. Now they're
powerbombed
getting weird.
Nakazawa she botched the
Oh
a
god.
powerbomb.
No. That was just that. It was like the cherry botch on top of the cherry botch sundae.
And then Kenny Omega came out for the save and, argued with Nyla Rose. Is a Kenny Omega Nyla Rose match in our future?
No, because if Kenny puts a hand on her, it'll be a PC uproar.
Yeah,
it'll be
unfortunately.
And then Kenny will be subjected to cancel culture.
Yep, he's very right. Unfortunately, I can't stand cancel culture. Because I'll go on a rant, but I feel like equality has been turned into no, we want the upper hand on you, and it's being turned around or tried to, and I hate that. But anyways.
Yeah, the whole thing with equality.
With girls,
it doesn't mean equality. It's a monopoly on victimhood.
We will not go into that.
We don't go into that there, but no.
Okay, on to the next.
There's no Kenny Nyla match in the future.
Okay, So Chris Jericho, Ortiz, and Santana defeated Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks
I know what you mean, Scooter.
in the first main event of AEW.
Yeah.
A short time during the match, Moxley came out and attacked Kenny Omega and put him through a glass table at a
that was amazing.
VIP area.
And he took the whole brunt. It was Kenny didn't touch the table.
Two things. This technically should have been a disqualification at this point.
Right?
Yes,
Thank you. That was okay. Real quick, hold on. That was another glaring plot hole.
Yes. And two, anybody catch the nod to the cleaner?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you see the video from Being the Elite before that, on Monday before that? They were saying, Kenny, we need the clean. Hold on real quick. They were saying, Kenny, we need the cleaner. And then it shows him at the end grabbing the sunglasses. And then as it looks like he's going to put them on, instead he throws them away and then does a Stu Hart impression going, hey, I'm just getting started.
Unfortunately, I haven't watched Being the Elite.
It's great. It's great. You need to, because it leads into it will lead into AEW storylines now.
I was fine with it, and then it kind of went to 20 minutes, like a half an hour or so, and like.
The older stuff is great. When it got
I've watched the older stuff.
Okay, but here's the thing: the older stuff had a lot of just travel, like their travel exploits to Japan. And then when they switched to actually more entertainment and the Cody and Hangman came in and Cole left, it started to become like a show, like an actual production. Right. And that's
and then really somewhere in between making AEW, it just became like a match, like what they were doing in.
Some of their best stuff was in the months leading up to them making AEW. October of last year was one of their best episodes ever. You have to see their old Halloween episode. It is real quick.
I've seen all the old stuff, just like this last.
No, but it's stuff that
year I haven't watched.
No, it's like genius shit. Like they were talking about them going to WWE, and you see Cody in the fucking corner having quote unquote the money shakes.
Yeah.
It's just stuff that was great, bro. I was like, how are they coming up with this shit?
And the Hangman on the cruise killing the zombies.
No, that was more of a ode to They Live in a joking way.
It was kind of funny.
It was do you know what They Live is? It was an old Roddy Piper movie.
Yes, I know what They Live is.
Just making sure. It was a joke against that. It was what do you call it? I can't come up with the word right now, but you know what I mean.
Parody.
Yes.
Parody, something like that. I was coming up with another word. But,
Kick bubblegum and chew ass?
Exactly. I can't do that at the same time.
Alright, so getting back to the match, right before this, Kenny Omega came to save Riho, which kind of killed their pop coming into the match.
Hello, Riho.
Don't you think? What I'm saying is, people wanted to see Kenny Omega. He came for the save for Riho, but then he came right back out for his entrance.
But I think for people that were getting into the storyline from what they've seen and what they knew before that, it was apparent that he's connected to them both. So I think it was more like, what's he going to do at first?
I think Kenny just wanted to come out with the Bucks simply for the music.
Right.
Yeah, it was a big big entrance. They did a big
elite.
They did a Marvel inspired Being the Elite entrance.
Alright, so now first of all,
I know that's a catchy beat, isn't it, Scooter?
This was actually a really good match. It wasn't your typical Young Bucks Spot Monkey match. It was actually there was a lot of storytelling.
I like that.
Yeah, there was storytelling in it.
Real quick though, Nick Jackson might be the best wrestler on the fucking roster in terms of like what he can do, his athleticism, and like how he is so underrated. The shit he can pull off, oh my god! Like if he didn't have a brother, I could see him being a Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, you would have thought that maybe they would have branched out to singles, but they've never tried it.
They're loyal to each other, and they're Christian brothers. It's
brothers are more apt to stick
Christian
together.
brothers. It's a moral, Christian brotherhood, big time. So
morally staying with your brother, but morally killing a guy is
well, why I say Christian is because people
that's a
who
joke.
be Christian or like have some religion tend to care about brotherhood more. You know what I mean? Tend to morals matter.
After the match,
I'm just saying whatever.
After the match, Cody Rhodes came out to defend the Bucks, and then Sammy Guevara came out. Dustin Rhodes came out. Then the Pop, Jack Hager, came out and destroyed the rest of them.
I thought he was going to help Cody at first.
Which gave you to We the People chant.
Right. Oh, you forgot Sammy Guevara giving Cody Dick Kick City.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And, okay, real quick, the way that I love this, the way it was done. Because in the beginning, remember, Sammy was going for the handshake, and then Jericho attacked, and Sammy just got out of dodge. Now, so in Cody's mind, storyline-wise, he's still, he's cool, he's okay. He didn't do anything against me. And then so when you see Sammy get in front of him, do you see what he did? He goes, "I'm sorry," then kicked him in the nuts. Yeah. Or he said, "Dude, I'm sorry," and then went for it. That's perfect. Like, finally, they're lining it up the way I would want it lined up, or I would have thought of it. The little things matter. But like I said, if you're going to make the little things matter, then you got to plug the plot holes. So.
And after that kick, they were little.
So, at the end of this, Jericho formed a faction with Hager, LAX, and Sammy Guevara. So we have a heel faction, our first faction in AEW.
The Bubbly Bros.
And real quick,
the Bubbly.
That's good. But real quick, okay, at the end of the match, if you guys didn't recall, Excalibur said when, like, right before Jericho and Santana and Santana Ortiz, right when they won, or before they won, he said, "Well, so what is that? If Santana Ortiz win tonight, I would think that they would get a spot in the tag team tournament next week. So I'm thinking they're gonna have a spot in the tag team tournament because they didn't get the pin, but they won."
I think it's more along the lines of they're gonna be first in line.
Maybe you might be right.
Because if they didn't stupidly,
that sounds more. Yeah, you said that
sounds
more.
If they did stupidly give,
I had to think about that for a second.
The winner of the Best Friends Dark Order match, a bye.
I can't stand Dark Order.
They would have had an opposing team to put them in.
I know you're big on them, James, but they suck, bro, in my opinion. Or the way AEW presented them.
Yeah, the gimmick sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. Real quick, the first week or so with those, I love Trent and Chucky. You know I like Chuck. Back in the first time we saw them, when they were like, "Who the hell is that?" The one time it was cool where they had those guys like gel together like a chair. That was kind of cool. Like, what are those guys called? Like those henchmen from like old school cartoons. I forget. Yeah.
Minions.
Whatever.
Sidekicks.
No. I've seen it happen. I've seen it though before. Like they mold together to make furniture for other people, and it's weird.
Transformers.
No, but that's a good call. No, let's move on.
Cobots.
I'm gonna forget. I don't know.
Okay.
I won't remember.
Watching this right after NXT, I kind of was just thinking, maybe they should have started with the Elite and ended with Hangman Page and Pac to like have a good bookend of the show.
No, but the start was great. Wait, hold on. And but I gotta put this in. You get a new star out of Sammy Guevara, and then they put him at the end with that new heel faction. So
I think they probably got him like in the if you remember, like Evolution, he's like the Orton guy, supposed to be
But
like
he's
the future,
in the group.
like the
It had-
future type deal. You know what I
Had
mean?
Mark Jindrak made that spot that he was supposed to, not Batista, everything would be different now.
I mean, Guevara is gonna be the guy that he's gonna be the
Pin guy.
the jobber of the group.
Right. Now, just looking back on it, not taking NXT into consideration, the show actually worked on the way that they did it. Those were my thoughts initially, but now just looking back, they did a really good job. It was a solid first episode.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And like I said, with a new company, you're going to have some holes every now and then. And like I said, the plot holes were there. But for the most part, they didn't shit the bed. They had their ducks in a row, and they did a good job. So,
but we are now wrestling with NXT on USA. The show started right with Adam Cole defending the NXT Championship against Matt Riddle, and which was a barn burner of an opener.
Yeah, they went for the jugular with that match. They knew exactly what the fuck they were going. I was like, oh, you guys wanted to start with Cody. We're just going to bring out the big guns first.
Now, after the match...
yeah, and how did that go for him ratings-wise? Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't bad. It ain't like they got skunked. You know what I mean?
After this match, Finn Balor came out and said that he's back on NXT. Is this a downgrade for Finn Balor?
Absolutely.
No.
I mean, going from main eventing SummerSlam as the Universal Champion to back on the third-rate TV show.
I mean, his contract's still going to say SummerSlam main event. So the paycheck's still going to say SummerSlam main event. Or it could be a one-off because you got to keep in mind, like, it's not a lot of top-heavy challengers in NXT. You know, you can only go with Gargano versus Cole for so long.
But then you had the return at the end of the show.
Yeah, but you know why. So we'll see.
So why
we can't? Yeah, we'll. Because I don't see it like it could be a one-off, or we'll see what happens with the draft.
Yeah, I mean,
because they're supposed to be having a draft.
Yes.
It's confirmed in 2 weeks, I believe.
No, it's next week.
Oh, next week.
Yeah, next week. So we'll see how shit hits the fan then, because that would be a very interesting thing to see.
After that, Velveteen Dream came out for a promo because the people needed to catch their breath. And then we go into
the BD experience.
They announced that next week Leo Rush will be challenging Drew Gulak for the WWE Cruiserweight Champion.
No, wait, no, that's no longer the case. It's now the NXT Cruiserweight Championship.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay. The WWE NXT Cruiserweight Championship. How's Drew Gulak gonna win that match, Kaliko?
By his PowerPoint presentation! Yes, got it.
Yes, thank you. Alright, next match. Io Shirai defeated Mia Yim. This went way too long in my opinion.
Still was a better match than the Rio versus Nyla Rose.
Yeah, but it went way too long in my opinion.
Well, you got to think they're also going in a 2-hour formatting, so time's got to get filled somewhere.
True. And then we got a Tegan Knox video package. Has she been on NXT UK as of late, or is she coming back straight to NXT?
She was on previously. I know, like
I know she was in the Classic, messed up her leg,
Yeah.
and then she just getting back on the scene. So when they were saying that she was touring with the NXT group on the road, so I'm thinking more NXT than NXT UK.
By the way, two things. One, the 2019 Mayhem Classic has been announced. It will take place November 2nd and November 3rd.
A little late, usually in the summer or early fall.
It's usually around this time.
Right.
Goldberg has issued a statement about not caring about NXT, and
We know why.
and
Yes.
Riddle.
And the match involving the Smackdown thing is officially booked.
What's the Smackdown thing?
Yeah.
You said it very vaguely.
Well, we're not on
SmackDown yet, but I know what you're talking about.
we're on
Okay.
SmackDown
Good
yet,
call.
but
Okay.
it's
All right. Yeah.
we'll
Good
get
call.
to it.
Gotcha.
All right. Johnny Gargano defeated Shane Dorn. Basically, just an enhancement match for Gargano at this point.
Either that or a farewell match. I mean,
They
He's
gotta
not
give
going
Short.
anywhere.
You gotta give Thorne some work.
he's
part-
got to be.
His partner left him. The poor guy. He had a good tag team going, and now he's the shits. I feel bad.
Oh yeah, TM. Yeah, TM 61.
They were
Yeah.
cool. I liked
were dope.
them. They were a damn good tag team.
Yeah,
The
it just
mighty
seems like
Female.
they were just not meant to be.
And Shane Thorne looked like an upcoming star before he left. Before Nick Miller took back off to Australia. Things
He's in
happen.
New Japan
It's life.
Life happens, yeah.
He went to Japan. Okay. So if he's in Japan, some shit really happened, like behind the scenes that we'll never know. Because initially he said he just wanted to go home and not wrestle again.
But I bet, but being in Japan, you don't have to be there as long in your schedule. You can kind of make your own schedule. So.
Right, but what I'm saying is, they release, and I'm sure this happens all the time, where they keep it on the low about what really happened, because in public, him and WWE both said, "Oh yeah, he won. He just wanted to go home, and so we're just gonna let his contract run out." But that's not what happened.
So that brings us to our next match. Shayna Baszler defeated Candice LeRae to retain the NXT Women's Championship. This is how a a championship match should go. Shayna Baszler looks amazing.
Yes.
This shows everyone they were stupid for not putting Candice LeRae in the spot earlier, sooner. This is her spot.
I mean, she got the shot. I mean, considering Shayna's running through the roster, shit, she was bound to get it somewhere.
No, but here's the thing. For a year, they've had her as Johnny's lapdog, running around Johnny. She just follows Johnny everywhere. It made her weaker than what she could beat men up. I've seen her beat up a lot of men. They need to show the real Candice LeRae, and that was the real Candice LeRae.
Well, they were men that were fighting Joey Ryan, so they wasn't really manly men.
Shut your mouth.
I mean, yeah, she's a tag champ with Joey Ryan.
You don't besmirch the honor of Joey Ryan.
Yeah, say it right, and then I won't do that.
I had a cracker in my mouth. Shut up.
Did you say you had crack in your mouth?
I had a cracker. A
But
peanut butter cracker.
by the way, you were asking about Tegan Knox.
Yeah.
She was actually on the last episode of NXT UK.
So she has been
I hope
wrestling.
she doesn't knock her leg up. Again. No, I'm sorry. That was horrible.
No, it's granted, I think.
Nah, it was gay and stupid. Sorry.
No, I took it
I was
as
joking.
that she fucks up her leg a lot.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
You know, I laugh at myself. I do that jokingly, and you take it the wrong way. But that's okay. Moving on.
Pete Dunne defeated
You're supposed to laugh next time. Laugh.
I did the boom.
Yeah, I gave you the symbol.
Yeah.
No, never mind. It's time's past now. Yeah, then, but I mean after that. We'll move on now.
Pete Dunne defeated Danny Burch.
Can't stand
Kaliko,
Danny
what's your favorite fruit?
I'm
What is
still
it?
fighting to the end. It's a fucking vegetable. Squash. Squash.
Fruit.
Fruit.
After the match, Damian Priest attacked Dunne, setting up obviously a
Nah.
match later on.
Finally, Damian Priest is getting some work.
Yeah. First
I mean,
rivalry.
how do you get
And-
now? People
Right?
get to shine. So
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, go out of your way to see his match against Jimmy Havoc in Ring of Honor.
Oh yeah.
Oh, just him against what's his name? New Japan guy. I forgot his damn name.
Oh,
Jay
you
White.
know, yeah. We all know New Japan guy.
No.
Jay White.
The Pitbull. No, Stone Pitbull.
Oh, Ishii.
Yeah,
The-
Ishii.
The Pit Bulls from ECW. No.
Priest and Ishii is a fucking match. That was a damn match.
I don't
That
remember
one,
that match.
It was at the Supercard, always Supercard in New Orleans last year. That was the opening match. Ishii versus Damian Priest.
Okay.
All right.
But that was a match.
Oh my God.
Next match, NXT Tag Team Championships. The Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, formerly known as Reed Dragon, defeated Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford to retain their championships.
As much as I like the Street Profits, it's their time to go. They've been on Raw. Raw definitely needs the tag team depth. Well, both tag team divisions need the depth, so the more the merrier at this point. So yeah,
How did they say it? They just got smoked. They just got smoked.
Yeah, they got
It's
smoked.
corny as hell, dude. It's obviously for
We
really
want
young,
the smoke.
It's obviously for a really
Gotta
young,
have that smoke.
young demographic, and they brought out Wale with them.
Why wouldn't they?
That's everyone's got preferences, and it's not mine.
It's a hip hop thing, man.
Yeah, and today's music sucks.
Excuse me, Marshmallow.
What?
Today's music sucks.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Really bad.
Go fast.
Choice. No, there's still some good shit, but not like there used to be. It's not on the radio. Most radio stuff's garbage. Hot garbage.
Back in my day, we used to bang on pickle drums.
Yeah, damn right.
First off, man, radio's so outdated. It's satellite radio and streaming music.
Okay,
now.
but good music shouldn't be outdated. But anyways, this is a wrestling podcast, so. We'll continue this on later, Kaliko.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we think that the Street Profits, this was their farewell match?
Yes, because afterwards they did a WWE exclusive video where it was them and Gargano kind of giving like a farewell speech. So that's why I think Gargano might be on the out. I mean, there's nothing else more for him to do there. Unless they're gonna.
He's the heart and soul of the company, of NXT. He's like the Tommy Dreamer of NXT.
Oh man, I could make an argument that was Sami Zayn, but we'll go there, but but I get your point. But we'll see. We'll see how everything shakes up after the draft, because eventually, like, some of these people got to get shuffled. Because I don't see what would benefit him. What would he gain by staying there? Other than, maybe better opponents, better matches, but it may be better for him because of his size. But other than that, like, what else is there better for him? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What better will it do for him?
And that shall conclude our coverage of NXT. And now we are wrestling with Friday Night Smackdown on Fox. Me and Kaliko were actually at this show. and Scooter was commentating on it on the remix. So we were kind of all involved in this. Maybe
Oh yeah.
had some investments in it.
Oh yeah.
I wish I almost called you guys like a day before and like rushed down there.
You should have. I had to
I
extra
know.
ticket.
I was thinking about it, but it would have been such a hassle, and I didn't know if I could get a hold of you guys or all kinds of.
Dude, I was driving up the track.
Yeah, but you don't check your Twitter.
No, you gotta text me because
I
James.
don't have your number.
Okay, I'll give you my number
Exactly.
offline.
Okay.
But James was texting me too because I got stuck in traffic trying to get up there, and it was like dragging. I mean, it's always dragging, but we got there. My plug came through. We got great seats.
See, that would have sucked if I got down there like 9-hour drive or even like a flight and like somehow your hook didn't come through, and that would have sucked so bad.
Oh, he came through.
I'm just saying, like that's the shit that was wondering going through my head because I was like, I don't want to take this big of a drive. Ask
James.
No, I believe you. I believe you. I'm just saying.
No.
Like,
I'm just saying. Ask James about the seats.
Oh, were they like right up in the front?
They were pretty good damn seats. They were
on the main floor.
We wasn't on the floor. We were 9 rows. From the
you got to be on the floor. That's the best.
No. To me, the floor. If you're not front row, the floor is shit.
I'm tall enough to where I can look over people.
See, that's what I'm saying. Us little folks, if you ain't front, it ain't gonna make no sense for me to be on the floor on the 5th row, and I got this 6'4" motherfucker in front of me. Like we fight.
See, there's people like that that'll even get in my way. I'm only 6 foot, but 5'11", 6 foot. Area.
So, I'd just like to say, Kaliko did make me sweat outside of the Staples Center, waiting for his text.
I did. I did go because I was trying to drive there, and I was driving there, and it what usually is a 2-hour drive to LA. Right, on a Friday, it's a 4-hour drive.
Wait, let's see. How fast were you going? Like 2 miles an hour?
I was going 80, and I still got caught.
I thought there was like traffic. Traffic? You didn't have traffic problems?
Oh yeah, I had traffic like crazy.
I was gonna say in the LA area. Fuck.
Oh man, shoot! It was traffic going in just getting to Irvine. Like,
right.
It was like Irvine, then Newport.
I got
then right into LA, and then in LA. So it was just like.
Yeah,
everywhere.
Dude, I couldn't live down there. It's too, I don't like it.
It's fucking nuts.
I mean, it's cool to visit, but not live. Yeah.
But
not for me. Not for me.
So, initial thoughts on the show. Kaliko?
It had its spots because I felt like it felt like that first date with a chick, and they were doing everything they can to impress him.
Right.
Rather than being themselves. And I feel like if they had just been themselves, which they did for the most part, but there were certain pockets, and me and James, we were talking about this, like the lumberjack match, the 8-man tags where they're just trying to fit everybody in.
Right.
I think that's where they mess. I think that's where it kind of got iffy, but overall it was a great show. The crowd, oh my God. I ain't seen a crowd like that since Survivor Series weekend.
The AEW
for LA.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say
for LA, not like a pay-per-view, but just like for LA. That crowd was crazy, but bananas.
The DC crowd was, it went off, dude. But it's a revolution. It's a different kind of thing. It's not just a normal wrestling show, right?
But both have in common that they were the first,
right.
The first shows on, but not in SmackDown cases.
There has been a SmackDown before, and it has been on Friday before, just not on Fox.
But that's what I'm saying.
And AEW is basically the spiritual successor of WCW and a challenger to WWE for the first time in 20 years. That's what makes it a bigger deal, in my opinion.
I get your point. I'm just saying they both are similar, but it's different in a sense that SmackDown's been around. But however, that's to have that first show on the network after getting $5 billion for it. That's a lot of pressure, yo. So I get it. I get your point, but I'm just saying there was a lot riding on it if it didn't impress. You know what I'm saying?
What are your thoughts on this show, Mitch?
Real quick, the people that Vince McMahon hires might have pressure. I don't think he feels pressure anymore. So that's the problem. That's the issue. Like, he's too comfortable.
What was your initial thoughts on the show?
I think they were trying to react to everything instead of do their own thing. Like Kaliko said, be themselves. They were trying to react to AEW or forecasting what they thought AEW would do. So they were throwing everything against the window. What one of my friends and me said, blowing their load. They tried to blow their load before every commercial break.
I wouldn't say blow the load. I wouldn't even think that they were reacting to AEW. I just think that they were just trying to impress Fox.
Kaliko, when you come out hot of the gate, you're not doing any foreplay when you come hot out of the gate with Adam Cole and Matt Riddle. That's like
we're talking about SmackDown though.
Oh,
but SmackDown's totally different.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I was thinking of NXT. You're right.
Yeah, NXT was different, but SmackDown,
no, but
they did that.
No, Kaliko. Basically, what Kaliko said, like, they just need to be themselves. It was okay show, but there were things I didn't like The Rock and Becky. I thought that was corny. I think it was overly corny. Yeah, maybe it's me. Maybe I don't know, but there's certain things that I found corny, like the STD thing with Baron. And some other things that I just didn't like. But other than that, it was a good show. I preferred AEW. I would even match it against SmackDown if I could.
And what were your thoughts, Scooter?
It was very fast, but they did it on purpose. They were doing it on purpose. But you gotta understand that it's gonna slow down.
Right.
You gotta understand it's gonna slow down.
Right. Everyone, with what I said, like, that's just my preference. Like, with my likings, everyone's got a personal preference. So for others, I'm sure The Rock was, amazing for them, or just, whatever. But there was little things like that I didn't like. I can't even talk.
That building blew the roof off when The Rock came out.
Yeah, of course. With pyro.
With the pyro too. Yeah, that was another thing. Everybody was just like, "Thank God the pyro."
Yeah.
Kaliko actually jumped at the pyro one time.
That's how That's how you know it's. That's how you know it's a war again, wrestling war again. Pyro's back.
Yep. All right, let's get into it. SmackDown started off with Vince and Stephanie coming out and introducing us to the show and welcoming us. We got a brand new package with a brand new theme song.
Real quick, I was wrong about the set. I said that the new iteration of the old Fist set would be there. I was wrong.
It was a new iteration of the hoops.
Of the hoops.
Yeah, but I said the Fist. I said the Fist. So I was wrong.
I liked the hoops. It was kind of sci-fi.
I liked the Fist. That was my favorite. But.
Well, I mean, I liked that the new set was on.
Gotcha. Yeah. See, I didn't even catch the old, I didn't catch that it was trying to, be a new iteration of the old. I didn't catch that at first glance.
Yeah, they were the hoops.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so high tech and advanced that it doesn't even look like the old hoops to me.
Yeah.
Alright,
so we start the show off with Becky Lynch coming out and thanking the crowd and saying how Becky started on SmackDown. Then Baron Corbin came out and talked shit. And then The Rock came to the ring and electrified the crowd with... He called Corbin a Burger King, a crackhead Burger King. Called him a super tough dude, which is STD.
Oh my god, so stupid.
Yeah.
Don't forget about the
stupid
35-year-old virgin who's dressed at Comic-Con.
If they tried to get people to cheer this next week, I'm dead. Oh my god. I will just die.
The crowd was there, man.
And perfectly adequate testicles.
Yeah, for 1 week.
I was just gonna mention
For
that.
1 week, just not longer than 1 week, Kaliko.
And then that
Special occasion.
they ended the segment with what we expected: Becky Lynch and The Rock beating up Baron Corbin.
You gotta give
People's
Becky the
elbow,
rub. I
rock
understand
bottom.
it. Yeah,
Send the
I
whole
understand it.
crowd home happy.
Mhm.
But it goes to show you Becky Lynch, face of the company, with The Rock on the fourth segment of the show.
I mean,
been
she's
face
also the video game cover, so it makes sense.
Well, of course, you gotta promote her and Roman. Oh yeah, going into
Yeah,
November.
and then
And the Fiend.
the Smackdown 20th anniversary edition.
The Fiend's
Because their whole
pre-order
theme,
or one of them.
the whole theme for the pre-order is the Smackdown 20th anniversary. So,
Well, and the Fiend stuff. It's all kind of
the DLC. Yeah,
Right,
but
right.
the actual collector's stuff is like the box stuff. So
gotcha.
And then Kaliko were having this conversation at the show. That Becky is the face of the company, not Seth Rollins.
Right.
And
I knew that a long time ago.
I was kind of saying if Seth was the face, that would have been him and The Rock, and not Becky and The Rock.
Seth doesn't have. He's lost a lot of goodwill, especially with like WWE fans. The way he acted like a bitch ass snob when he got on and did that Twitter tirade with Will Ospreay, like trying to say I got more money than you and being just a dick. He came off really bad in that. I think he's still paying for that personally.
He erased his Twitter account.
I know.
Yeah. So maybe that plays into what you just said.
And that just shows it's still in his head. It's rent free in his head. And so that shows you something. That tells you something about a person.
I mean, it also like shows like, hey, he learned his lesson. I mean,
but did he? He keeps doing shit like that. Well, not publicly. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Never do it publicly.
Not publicly. You're right. Okay. I'll give you that.
So
I can see that.
That brings us to our first match. Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair defeated Bayley and Sasha Banks in our opener. I didn't think this was as good as the one at Madison Square Garden, but
I did not like it. I didn't like it. Not half as much as the one on MSG.
Yeah, and the ending saw Charlotte making Bayley tap out, obviously setting up another championship match.
I don't like this new iteration of Bayley because then after that match, she cupped Sasha's face like they were gonna kiss. Like it was. She's softer. Like she's supposed to be a heel, and she's softer. How?
Slow burn, man. Slow burn. Let's get some patience. Not everything is microwave.
Well, Rusev, they Mike Bennett, they screw people a lot, so it's very easy to jump to the conclusion that that's what's happening, Kaliko. That's what I'm saying.
But I think that they're making her that shade of gray because, as I was saying, it's all about perspective. Because to her, she's not being a heel. To her, she's just helping her friend.
And like I said, that's a good idea. But if they do that, they are copying the AEW Cody and MJF thing because that's what MJF. He's a shade of gray.
Match.
I mean Bayley. It kind of started this a hot minute ago.
MJF is only a face to Cody, and he's a heel to everyone else. That has not been done anywhere else.
I'll wait until Bayley becomes that 50th shade of gray. Thank you very much.
Oh yes.
I always thought Bayley would make a great goth.
I'm cool on Bayley.
A great what?
A goth.
Goth chick.
I thought you said
about a goth chick.
I thought you said a god.
Like emo. Like I don't even
emo. Yeah.
I was like,
are you a god?
What do you mean a great god?
He said make a great god. Like wait a minute.
There is no Bayley. Only Jewel.
I thought he said Greek god.
No. A great goth.
What? Hercules?
Just got
hermaphrodite.
Hermaphrodite.
Oh God.
Alright, so
gimmick idea.
Hey, copyrighted.
if I knew they were going to,
I'm copywriting it.
Alright, so next match, Seth comes out for a match with Nakamura when Firefly Funhouse interrupts him.
Yeah,
I
you can try that you're our friend.
And this is a friendship that'll never ever end.
do 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 do.
I had to say that. I had to say it in a kid voice. Yeah.
That was
Um,
a funny segment, though. Straight up.
yes.
Oh, every segment is. Yeah, there hasn't been a miss yet.
My man was like, Seth, I'm your biggest fan. I'm your biggest.
And Rambo Rabbit has now been killed 3 times, I believe.
Yeah,
He's
he's
the
the
Kenny.
Kenny of
He's the king.
WWE.
There you go. Good call. I was just gonna say that. He's the
Oh
king.
my god, they killed Ramblin' Rabbit! Those
But
bastards!
instead of that, it's just maniacal laughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puppicide.
Puppicide.
What was funny was like when they yanked out like his when they was ripping out
Innards?
insides,
His innards?
and you just see the fluff of stuff.
His
and it's like,
innards.
That's like
oh,
that was
That's his
way too
guts.
much fluff. That was
It's
way
his
too much
innards.
fluff for a puppet.
fluff, and it was like, oh.
So they ain't lying if they say he's got guts.
Rage in the birdcage.
Despite all his rage.
I don't think you're still a
You
rabbit
served
in
that
the
up on a
cage.
platter, bro. I had to.
Didn't know we were going with Smashing Pumpkins today. That's
Hey,
what's
man.
up.
And that leads into our Billy Corgan NWA story.
My weird ass brain, right? My weird ass brain.
Universal Champion Seth Rollins wrestled Nakamura to a no contest. The Fiend obviously came out and attacked him, Seth Rollins, before the match even kind of got started.
No, the match got started. Technically, this would have
Oh,
been
it got started. It just
Yeah,
didn't
no,
finish.
but I mean, they like touched each other like twice in the whole match.
Yeah, true.
Like that if you call that a match, like you've never seen a match in your life before. And let's mention that Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair were also at the ringside.
They were.
Why have these legends walk down to the ring for like 5 seconds?
Real quick, I agree with you there, but they did do it well on SmackDown. From what I saw, I only saw the only way they used old legends. They had Mick and Kurt Angle sitting out watching the matches, and they just put the camera on them for a slight second and then turn it off of them. That's how you do it, in my opinion, with legends. You don't do that other stuff where you bring them out and then you have them take the wrestlers in the back's airtime. Nah.
But I mean, why pay them at all just to come and do useless shit?
Because
just to stand there for 5 seconds.
Because number one, the WWE has to reason with like why they're giving them that much money, so they got to use them. And then number two, it's just like politics with Vince and the people, Kurt Angle, Mick. They have personal relationships that we don't know about,
Well, I thought it was just to please the networks, just to be like, hey, we got all these stars out.
It's always more than that. I mean, deep down,
to please the network and finally get some finally to be able to release some news on WWE 2K20.
Yeah, they were being really weird about that, of how dark they've been coming forward with information before the last few days. Yeah.
Alright, Kevin Owens defeated Shane McMahon in a loser is fired ladder match.
Oh my god.
No different than a Young Bucks match. No different than a Young Bucks match.
I guess that was funny. I only liked the end.
Now, I have to point out that if you watch the countdown to Dynamite on Tuesday, you would get to hear Cody Rhodes name drop how he met the Young Bucks.
Oh yeah, I already knew that.
He said, "Oh, my friend Kevin Steen told me about you guys."
Yeah.
So
I honestly didn't think it was a bad match, but I just find it hilarious that Kevin Owens said "you're fired" to his boss. Like,
Well, no longer his
Shane's
boss.
not, only kayfabe boss, right?
Yeah, no longer the boss.
But
I mean, like this is actually going to stick. Shane McMahon is going to stay fired. Just
Watch
like
him come
Mr.
back in
McMahon.
Survivor Series or Royal Rumble.
Exactly.
Well, you can't have KO losing. I mean,
Just
Right.
like
And
Vince
listen,
McMahon stayed dead.
You can, and yeah, he's a McMahon. He can always come back. He's above the rules,
Exactly.
which is unfortunate, but true.
All right, and that.
but the
brings
crowd
us-
was decent for the match, though. I will say.
Yeah, good crowd.
That brings us to our next match. Braun Strowman, The Miz, and Heavy Machinery defeated AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Dolph Ziggler, and Robert Roode. This is what Kaliko called a lunchbox match at the show.
It was like the Jack in the Box match, yo. You want AJ? We'll give you AJ. You like
I
the
don't
big
think
people? We got Heavy Machinery.
I don't think
You like
any
old
match,
vets? We got Dolph Ziggler. And
I
if
don't
you like
think-
the big man, we got Braun. Like, yeah.
with all due respect, Kaliko, I don't think any match, good or I don't know how matter, no matter how good or bad, could get me to eat Jack in the Box.
Oh, I like Jack in the Box, damn it.
Jack in the Crack, ugh.
it's a Jack in the Box.
What, you like McDonald's more?
No, I don't eat either.
Oh, man,
I-
you haven't given up
it's-
on life yet.
I
It-
eat
it-
In-N-Out. You don't know. I live in California.
It sucks
In-N-Out,
when you don't
baby.
have money
In-N-Out.
for food.
We have In-N-Out.
I eat In-N-Out too. But like, when
When I
when
eat a
nothing
burger,
else is
I eat a good
available.
one.
Mitch just doesn't eat.
Shut up! I eat more than you do. It just disappears.
Uh,
Oh, I'm serious. I eat more than like two people combined. It doesn't show. It's
All right.
It was a
So-
thing when I was born, yeah.
After the
Or not born, but you know.
That's such a heel thing to say. I could eat twice as much as my body weight and not gain a pound.
Yeah,
So-
that's true.
so you're
I
a
know
so-
that's why people hate me. Sometimes.
So you're a
What-
Sophie, pretty much.
you're-
That's what you're trying to say.
you're-
Yeah, that's the
what-
reason people hate you, Mitch.
Yeah, because I can eat and eat and eat no matter what. I can eat candy for breakfast every day, not gain a fucking pound.
okay,
Yeah.
6-year-old Mitch.
Alright,
Yeah, right.
so after the match,
I don't want to grow up. I'm a
Alright, like
kid.
They coming back.
Are they? I don't
Yeah.
think so.
No, they're opening stores. They
All
coming
right.
back. They pulled the Undertaker.
We're so off topic. We need to ask for directions.
let me swerve us back on course. After the match of the Braun Strowman match, let me put pronouns there. Fury jumped the
Pronouns,
barricade.
pal.
Wait,
Like-
Fury, Nick Fury?
Yes, Nick
Yeah,
Fury.
Nick Fury. What about
Yeah,
it?
Get
Nick
these
Fury.
motherfucking snakes out of this motherfucking arena.
Fury. Nick Fury.
I
He reminds
know
me of like a James Bond type.
I honestly did not know who this guy was.
Neither did I!
Thank you.
Y'all don't know who? Y'all don't watch boxing? Like what the? Tyson Fury, heavyweight champion
A lot.
of the world.
Kaliko, a lot of people don't watch boxing anymore.
Like,
I know. I noticed.
The last boxing match, the last boxing match I actually watched was the second Mayweather Pacquiao match.
Oh,
The
wow.
the last.
Well, there was only one.
Two.
The last
There was
boxing
two.
match I saw was Roddy
Yeah.
Piper versus Mr.
Scooter's
T.
right, yeah.
All
Right? When you say Roddy Piper, Mr. T, that's not a boxing match, but okay.
That was a boxing match. WrestleMania.
It was not really.
No, it was. They both had boxing gloves on.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
was a fucking. Excuse me with the F word. It was a work, though, kinda, sorta.
Still a boxing
It's
match.
wrestling. Of course, it was a walk.
Wait a minute. So James, you didn't
Also,
watch
boxing match
Butterbean
can't be a
versus
work.
Bart Gunn?
The definition of a boxing match means that the outcome is not fixed.
Oh,
What about
thank you.
Butterbean
No,
versus
no,
Bart
no,
Gunn?
no.
Yes, I did see that match. Thank you, Kaliko.
That's not in the definition of a boxing match.
What,
Oh,
Butterbean?
Shut the fuck. Oh my god. Anything you say wrong. He should be.
No.
You should be a good lawyer.
The
And,
outcome.
You should be a lawyer.
On the topic of Fury,
You should be a lawyer.
first impressions, he's a big bastard, and I'm interested to see what's going to happen here.
Well, Tyson Fury, for those who don't know,
Big bastard Tyson Fury.
He is the lineage heavyweight champion of the world. His last fight was against Deontay Wilder, in which there was a draw. And what makes it funny is I don't see how no one noticed it, because he got his ass knocked out in the last round and he laid down and he just got right back up like the Undertaker. So there was a meme going around of him like rising up like the Undertaker with the gong song music. So, but they used him because he's a tall motherfucker.
He's big. He's just
a
as
big
big as
bitch.
Strowman. They're gonna put him in with Strowman.
He's a big bitch.
This is something I don't think any of us realized we wanted.
Oh, you didn't realize you wanted it until he hit that barricade.
Yeah.
He hopped that barricade. Everybody's like, "Oh shit, it's going down."
I mean, when they introduced him, the first thing I said was, "Where's Natalia?"
Oh. No, he looks more like Ronda Rousey's husband.
I was just gonna say that, Travis. Yeah,
he looks more like Travis Brown.
You stole exactly what I was just about to say, bro.
So yeah, so I get it.
All right, so let's go to the next match. Roman Reigns defeated. First of all, thank you for shining some light on who Tyson Fury is, Kaliko.
Oh, real quick, yeah, I knew who Tyson Fury was. I've been a follower of MMA and boxing since like early 2000s. So.
One more thing, I used all that security, and by the way, security on Fury in like a second.
Right. They were waiting for that shit.
I storyline wise, the security was so occupied with Fury, they didn't notice a certain somebody else coming in.
Came left, guys.
Damn it. Mitch.
You should have just said it.
No,
that's why I was like,
because we're getting to it.
Sorry. Well, okay, you guys can just mute this part and go forward and act like we didn't say it.
We're live, damn it.
Well, on the YouTube video, you can go forward and go back, So
that's true.
Well, there you go.
Okay, are we doing it?
We did. You were on Roman Reigns, Eric Rowan.
Yeah. Roman Reigns defeated Eric Rowan in a lumberjack match. Okay match. Honestly, this was the longest match on the card at this point. Not a bad match.
I mean,
it just progressed the rivalry for Sunday.
Yeah, and today, because actually they got a match in San Diego, which I need to be heads up. But they're getting Daniel Bryan. They're testing the Daniel Bryan versus the Daniel Bryan Roman Reigns versus the Bludgeon Brothers type storyline. So be on the lookout for that. If people haven't noticed already.
And that brings
really?
That brings us to our last match. Brock Lesnar defeated Kofi Kingston to win the WWE Championship in 13 seconds. All right, Kaliko.
10. 10.
I think it was less than 10.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kaliko. I know you're hot about this.
Okay. I knew this was going to happen.
Unfortunately.
I was just pissed how it happened. Because if you're telling me that, and I tell people this all the time, because everyone's like, oh my God, Brock has got to be this monster, blah, 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 blah. But I'm like, based on his last performance, he couldn't even beat an injured Seth Rollins. So you mean to tell me he's just going to pop out and like beat Kofi in 10 seconds? I just felt like Kofi could have at least gave it a fight. They could have at least made it a fight for him to lose it, because more than likely he's not going to get that chance again. So I just like felt like if he was going to lose it with him going all out, you know what I mean? And make it look like, well, shit, if he took the L, at least he was fighting like hell for it. And to me, like, they basically put a 12 gauge to his fucking main event status and just boom back to the mid card. Like, yo, like, fuck, That's frustrating to me. That's what it is.
Let me ask you this question. If the match went 2 minutes, would that have changed your opinion? Somewhat.
No. Because, hell, Cena went 20, and he got his ass tossed.
Kaliko, real quick. Last week I said, if they don't have Kofi at least, like, beat him and then have Brock somehow win at the end by, craziness, that it was a complete waste of a segment, and it buries Kofi, does nothing for him. It does nothing for anyone. All it did, they only did that because of the Cain Velasquez situation. They didn't care about Kofi. He was an obvious afterthought to them. They just cared about the Kane and Brock situation. And because of that, they're throwing everyone else to the side, and that's unfortunate.
Right. And Daniel Bryan, of all people, took notice of that, was like, yo, I feel bad for Kofi. He said this on Twitter. I feel bad for Kofi because I lost my shit in 18 seconds, and I would be pissed as hell, too. So, I mean, yeah, it means a fucking lot. Like, that fucking hurts. Yo. And he didn't get the intro. He didn't get his usual intro. He was introduced first. You just saw the writing was on the fucking wall.
I knew it from a week out. Yeah.
And I'm sitting there in my New Day shirt. Pissed off. Woo! I was
poor
mad.
Kaliko, man.
And I had like 4 of these absolute Smackdown vodka drinks in me. I was mad.
Yeah, let me put this in context. He came in his New Day shirt and his Uso hat. So nothing that he's been supporting that night happened.
Yeah. The Usos didn't show, and New Day just got,
I've been waiting to say this. The Usos have been in the Uso penitentiary.
Literally. You gotta live that gimmick.
But
no. In all seriousness, Jimmy's my boy. That's my man. He got me.
He's cool.
They wanted a moment.
I like Jimmy too.
They wanted a moment for this first episode of SmackDown. Interesting note: this is the only the second time in I want to say 5, 6, maybe even 6 years that the WWE Championship has changed hands on SmackDown.
The last
time
that
sounds about right.
Last time was like what? Jinder AJ?
No.
Yeah.
That's right. That was a pay-per-view.
No, I'm sorry.
That was SmackDown.
Then that makes it the third time. Then
okay. I thought that was on pay-per-view.
Because Daniel Bryan won it before the Royal Rumble.
That's right.
There's so much wrestling that it's hard to keep track of.
And you're wrong, Scooter, because Alberto Del Rio beat the Big Show on SmackDown for the championship.
I said it. That's why I said in 5. I said 5, maybe 6 years. That happened in 2011.
I get what you're saying.
Okay. Well,
yeah, but the last one was the Jinder AJ. I know that was for sure because that was the SmackDown in London.
The last one.
I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan.
I get what he's saying.
No, you're right.
Oh yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying now.
All right, so after the match, which was 10 seconds, Rey Mysterio came out with Cain Velasquez, and
real quick, I thought everyone was like, "Wow, Dominic,
taller."
Yeah, Dominic ripped.
I know.
Yeah,
he was walking that app cruncher since Monday.
Yeah, I got 3 words for y'all. I called it.
Yes,
you did. But I knew it we both knew it for a while.
But I have to say this as well. When I was calling the show last night, I actually had an up-to-date source telling me I can't reveal that.
You can't do that. You can't ask sources.
I can't reveal that, and it was
That's a big no-no.
Somebody you don't even know, Mitch.
Really? Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. I mean,
Stephanie McMahon.
No, I mean you don't know who I know. You don't know.
I had somebody who was able to keep me up to date, and I was updating everybody that Cain Velasquez was actually in the building before.
Okay. No, I believe it.
Was it Triple H?
Oh, there goes Scaligo.
Yep.
Was it Triple H?
No.
It was their daughter.
Oh, wow.
She's
That's
spying
an
on me.
inside source.
Shut up, I'm joking. Oh, funny, talking about that real quick. Did you know they're already letting her train at 13 years old? She's wrestling.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they're gonna dig up Mae Young's corpse for a snack.
Alright, so we
Great. That's great.
honestly, I kind of enjoyed Raw better than SmackDown this week, and I was at SmackDown. So that's saying a lot.
There you go. That's all you need to know right there. Someone that was at the show saying the show he watched on TV was obviously better.
Yeah, but that's just how it's been the last couple weeks. I don't know if that has to do with
last year or so.
I don't know if that has to do with Paul Heyman running Raw and Bischoff running SmackDown, but
I think it does.
I am interested to see what happens next week on SmackDown, because that's going to be like the real first episode.
By the way, Bischoff is not running anything on SmackDown. He like in name only. He's a
title
team, like it works with him, and then he has to get everything signed off by Vince. So he doesn't have as much control as Paul Heyman does in terms of like what he can do by himself.
Come on, let's go take it back.
So, Cain Velasquez came. I do not know who that is either. So we will.
Oh my God,
Cain Velasquez.
Okay.
Oh my God. Oh,
yeah,
that one got me. That pisses me off. Okay.
No, I broke it down. I broke it down to him yesterday. I broke it down to him yesterday.
Yes.
I gave him the skill. I gave him the lowdown.
But you didn't tell. Did you tell him the fact that Cain Velasquez beat the crap out of Brock Lesnar in a UFC fight?
Yes, he did.
That's where this comes from.
What I told him was
Cain
it was the dude
champion.
that beat him up for real.
Kaliko told me what was up.
Cain was the champion. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Brock was the champion. Cain beat him.
No, wait. Didn't Brock fight him twice?
No, Brock fought him once. Cain was the challenger because at that time Brock was over with the crowd.
I'm thinking of Frank Mir. Okay, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, so this was the one where Cain Velasquez beat him for real, and Brock was talking shit up to the fight because he was like, "Oh, he won a wrestling heavyweight championship in junior college, and I was a real wrestling champion."
I was rooting for Brock.
Whoop, whoop, and he beat the piss out that boy.
I was rooting for Brock.
This happened at UFC 121 9 years ago.
The good old Twitter machine. Yeah.
9 years ago.
Yeah.
And it happened with a TKO in the first round.
Yeah, he got knocked off.
Knocked him out. And not even that, he's the reason Brock has that permanent scar underneath his eye.
Yeah.
Underneath his right eye. He's the reason because he knocked that thing open.
Velasquez,
that's how you put a bully in his place, bro.
Velasquez walked away with a torn rotator cuff.
Yeah.
Lesnar couldn't compete in anything for 6 to 8 months afterwards.
Yeah.
So this
and he's
like
not. I'm sure, even though he's got to work with him, the quote unquote, he still hasn't forgotten that.
But usually with MMA though, if you get knocked out, if you get knocked out, the 6 to 8 month is standard.
MMA is a straight up street fight of will versus will. Wrestling is a business.
But
so we are going to.
Oh.
We are done wrestling with SmackDown, and we will be wrestling with Hell in a Cell predictions, and let's try to make them quick because this has already gone over 2 hours.
I don't think that's going to be a problem. Considering there's only 4 matches.
That's true.
Yeah, so far there's only 4 matches. Like 2 Hell in a Cell main events, a bunch of fillers.
How can people make bets when like most of the matches aren't even
They don't make
announced
any
yet?
money on that, so why do they give a
A
fuck?
lot of people betting on.
Oh, you can. You can make money on it.
Yeah, they
You
do.
No,
can
but
make
I
mo-
mean WWE's not making money on it, so why do they
Yeah,
care?
but I can't make my 5-pick parlay, yo. Like, what the fuck?
Alright, so
Settle for
Bailey,
the Canella.
Big Bad Booty Bailey will be fighting Charlotte Flair for the Women's Championship.
Bailey.
Kaliko,
Go ahead,
Big
Clay,
Bad
go.
Booty Bailey.
Mitch,
Bailey.
Scooter,
No matter what the fans lose, but Bailey.
yeah,
I
I'm
agree.
going with Bailey as well.
I'll agree with Scooter on that too.
Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns versus Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. Kaliko,
Rowan Harper.
Mitch,
Bryan and Reigns.
Scooter.
Rowan and Harper with a Bryan heel turn.
I'm going with Rowan and Harper as well.
Okay.
I think Mitch, you're the only one that's going with Bryan and Roman.
Rowan has already gotten a W. They're not obviously even giving a shit about Harper. The continuance and story is between Bryan and Reigns, and
But Reigns and
they're gonna get
Bryan, they're not going to coexist in this match. So, and Rowan and Harper are a
that's
unit.
true. But I just think they will somehow that will play an issue, but then they will get through it, and then they'll fight after the match.
Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks. Hell in a Cell match.
Ooh.
Kaliko,
Becky, she's the video game. She's got to win. She's the cover.
Mitch,
Becky.
Scooter.
Becky.
I am going with Sasha. I think
Okay.
Sasha is getting that title match, that title win this month, and I think it's now.
Yeah, I called the DQ kind of crap finish last time. So who knows? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me too much because Sasha deserves it, but I still think Becky's got it.
Well, they need to progress
You'd be
the
stupid
rivalry.
to take it off of Becky. She's not just the hottest female, but she's the hottest thing going in all of WWE, in my opinion. So, well, besides the Fiend, the Fiend.
But I'm thinking, Sasha Banks needs to win the match because they need to progress the rivalry, and Becky Lynch will look even stronger on the chase.
But you can progress things without having your champion be beaten. Like that happens all the time, where you can progress a storyline and still get the other person over without having them beat the champion. You got to protect that champion.
But it makes Sasha Banks look like shit if she gets pinned every month.
But if Becky gets pinned, then it makes her look weaker, and you're trying to put this huge thing on Becky as she goes in as the cover of 2K. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, usually when you're the cover, because if you look at what history precedent,
that's why I went with Reigns too. Because
if you were the cover of the game heading into Hell in a Cell, you weren't losing.
That's why I have Reigns and Bryan winning because Reigns is also on the cover.
Kind of started with Punk in a sense.
Yeah, you're right. But you see, 2K has kind of like a thing opposite of Madden. Madden had the curse. 2K kind of has and then 2K, the guy on the cover usually goes up that year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, Seth Rollins versus The Fiend Bray Wyatt. Hell in a Cell match.
Oh, yeah.
Kaliko.
My mind's telling me, Seth.
Yep. That's what's... Okay, I'll tell you.
But my body's telling me Fiend.
That's funny.
Oh, gosh. I'm going to go with The Fiend. He needs it. It kind of blows the momentum. He's got to keep it going. Fiend.
Mitch.
Okay. My one worry is that every show the Fiend has been attacking and getting the best of Seth Rollins, except for a few weeks ago, it went off air, and then Seth got the best of Bray after 3 or 4 curb stomps, but then still the lights went out and some crap happened,
But that wasn't aired, right?
It wasn't aired though, but people in the house that were there saw it. So it was after the cameras went off.
Okay.
Yeah. So with that being said, with getting the best of Seth all the time, it worries me that they might find a way for Seth to win. But I can't go against my gut and just stay with it and go with the Fiend.
Scooter.
I got it.
Scooter. Who are you going with?
Can you hear this?
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. So
he's doing a thing. He's doing a thing.
He's doing his bit.
You guys couldn't hear that. Dang it.
2.5 hours and he's taking his good old jolly time.
He was doing it like it was silent and then it cut and we could hear you, but it was like in the middle of it.
I was playing the laugh, but I said it from the beginning when I reported it months ago. The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, is going to walk out.
You did. I'll give you that. Yeah, go ahead.
As the new Universal Champion, and the Devil's Playground, the Devil's Playground will now be known as the Fiend's Playground, because even the Devil is afraid that the Fiend will take over.
There's something going around, because I was having trouble with my words earlier, and now you are.
Alright,
but,
so
real quick though, if I can, to back up Scooter, he said that like months ago, when I was so high on the Fiend thing, but I was worried because of how WWE was, before the last few months, how stale they were. I was so worried they were gonna botch it. I was almost sure of it. And so, I'm pleasantly surprised that they haven't yet, and I hope that Scooter is right. And, so good call, Scooter.
My mind is telling me, just from wrestling logic, because the Fiend's been beating Seth so often as of late.
That's my worry. That's my only one worry.
But
wrestling logic. Yeah.
There's not a lot of ways to botch a Hell in a Cell match. You kind of, without beating one or the other. So
there's a lot of ways to botch a match in different ways, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, without either Seth or the Fiend getting a 3 count on the other. So
they're run-ins. You can have a Kane, someone break down the door. I mean, that happens.
But
Rock and Kane have done it.
Yeah, have to also look at it from a...
And Fiend can escape with the lights going out, right?
And you also have to look at it from a certain point of view. That Hell in a
from
Cell
above? Sorry, I'm joking. Go ahead.
A Hell in a Cell match is usually at the end of a feud, to culminate the finishing of a feud.
Right.
And it is almost never used in the first match of a feud.
Right. But I think they're rushing this and making sure Fiend is in this because it's a Halloween theme, and they have it's apparent. If you have a Halloween character in Halloween, you got to use it, man. He's the best thing.
Then, by the way, then you know what? Then they should have saved it for Crown Jewel, which is on Halloween.
I agree with you. I'm just telling you how they think. But no, I'm talking about the whole month leading up. It's a creep factor.
Oh, one last piece of news. I mentioned it earlier. It has not been announced, but it is set. Brock Lesnar, Cain Velasquez.
Yep.
At Crown Jewel.
At Crown Jewel? Yeah. Those damn Saudis get all the good stuff.
No,
it's on the network.
You get what I'm saying. They're in person, asshole.
Why did he?
What?
So back to my prediction.
I didn't hear what you said, Scooter.
I am going with Bray Wyatt. He's a fiend. So I'm going with Bray Wyatt to win the match. He's not losing any momentum.
I hope they don't botch it.
Seth's 2019 has had peaks and valleys, and this is a valley in my mind.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna. By the way, they're gonna repackage Bo Dallas into the Friend.
I saw that.
He's already the Friend.
And he's gonna interfere.
Yeah.
I'm the Friend.
All right, and Scooter, how will you be watching Hell in a Cell?
From the piece of comfort of my own home in my bed. No, of course, we will be covering it this Sunday live on UNB Sports 2, the remix. This is actually my fourth Hell in a Cell broadcast. We're coming up on the 4-year anniversary of the remix. That's actually going to be on Friday, October 25th. But it's 4 years in the making, and I will be joined by these two gentlemen and
asshole.
Oh,
I was
come
ready
on,
for
man!
that.
You
I
gotta
was
give
ready for
Mitch
that.
some love, man. Give Mitch some love.
It's all good. I know you love me.
I didn't say which one of you was the asshole.
Thank you. Exactly. It has to be me. Everyone says
It could be me, the Boo Day. You never know.
But no, I will be joined by these three gentlemen, and hopefully they will play nice.
Of course.
They will be sent to the timeout corner, and they will get no punch or pie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do not
try
pass
to fill out the
go.
rest
Do
of
not
this
collect
damn
$200.
But
Yep.
yes, this Sunday the remix live on UNB Sports 2 will be fully interactive. So if you've been waiting for a chance to yell at these guys, I'll give you the opportunity to do it. But I will say this: if you don't have anything nice to say, shut the hell up.
And
Thank you for
real
that.
quick, if I may, yeah, and this will be my kind of homecoming. This won't be my first Hell in a Cell. I did Hell in a Cell with them in 2017. So it'd be good to come back, Scooter. I look forward to it.
And this will be mine and Kaliko's second time ever on the remix. I'm looking forward to it. Basically, just because I just have to show up. I don't have to post anything. I don't have to. I don't have to upload anything. I just come in and watch a WWE paid preview and just talk to my friends about it.
That's what it's like being the talent.
Yeah, I'm living the
I
good
just look
life.
forward. I just
I'm
look
winning
forward
in
to
life.
trying to figure out how the rest of this damn card gonna play out. So
That's gonna be fun. All right, so this has concluded this very long nighttime wrestling with entertainment.
Thank God, I gotta take a crap.
After wrestling with entertainment after dark. If you like the show, please like, subscribe, comment both on YouTube and Castbox. It is greatly appreciated if you have something nice to say about the show. Oh, if you
What's whatever. Free speech. It's whatever. Leave a comment. Let us know what your thoughts are on the show.
It's only free for us. For you guys, it's gonna cost something.
You can find us on Twitter. Where can we find Kaliko Yachts?
I am Kaliko, and fun little stat. Well, I don't think this stat's going to be broken. Brock Lesnar is the only person to win the Universal and WWE Heavyweight Championship in the same calendar year with that win yesterday. I don't think no one else is going to do that. So
okay,
just throwing that out there.
Nice.
Mitch Mayhem, where can they find you?
And you can all find me at Mitch Mayhem X on Twitter.
Scooter.
You can find me on two places on Twitter. You can find me at Scooter Dust and at the breaking news site for the UNB Network, WWE on UNB.
And you can find me at JamesJ993. And for my co-host Kaliko Yachts, Mitch Mayhem, Scooter Dust, I am James J, and this has been Wrestling with Entertainment. It's been a really long show, damn it.
French fry potatoes.
You gotta take a crap.